I still remember the day Jing walked into my life like it was yesterday. 20 years ago, she saved me from a drowning accident, and I owed her my life. Or so I thought. She was my angel, always there to lend a helping hand. My mother welcomed her into our family with open arms, and I was grateful to have her by my side. We got married, and I sponsored her immigration to the States. She was pregnant with our child. Or, that's what I thought. At first, everything seemed perfect. But looking back, there were red flags I ignored. Jing had different personalities around different people. She was sweet and caring around my mother, but cold and distant around my friends. Her family seemed uncomfortable around me, always exchanging awkward smiles. I brushed it off as cultural differences, but deep down, I knew something was off. When I asked her about her family, she'd get defensive, changing the subject quickly. I let it slide, thinking I was being paranoid. Jing was always handling the finances, and I trusted her completely. She'd tell me how much she spent on groceries, and I would believe her. But as time passed, I started to feel trapped. I could not leave my job, could not make my own decisions. I was financially dependent on her. Last year I hired a private investigator to dig into Jing's past. The results shook me to my core. There was no record of her ever being pregnant. No medical history, no prenatal care. It was as if our child never existed. I confronted her, and she broke down, confessing everything. The miscarriage, the fake pregnancy, it was all a lie. She'd been using me for financial gain, and I was just a pawn in her game. My mind reels when I think about it. 20 years of my life, wasted. I could face fraud charges for sponsoring her immigration. My mother's trust shattered. I feel like I have been living in a dream, and suddenly, I am awake. I sit here at this hotel bar, nursing a whiskey on the rocks. The bartender asks if I am okay, and I just shake my head. He nods and pours me another. You know, I always thought I was the lucky one, I say to myself. I thought I found someone who saved my life, who cared for me. But it was all a lie. The whiskey burns my throat and I take a sip of water. I look around the bar, at all the people laughing, living their lives. I wonder, how many of them are hiding secrets? How many of them are trapped in their own lies? Jing's voice echoes in my head. You'll never leave me. You're mine. I shiver at the memory. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you forgive, or would you seek justice? I am still trying to figure it out.